In July 2001, British backpackers Joanne Lees and her boyfriend Peter Falconio were stopped at random on the Stuart Highway in the remote Northern Territory. Lured out of their combi by Bradley John Murdoch, Falconio was shot dead execution style and Lees was trussed up with plastic ties and thrown in the back of a ute. Somehow she escaped to tell the tale, but Falconio's body has never been found. News Corp senior reporter Paul Toohey has followed the case ever since.
The story sparked huge interest from the very beginning. It was partly that it was two foreigners, young British travellers in our country, in the outback, where something quite horrific had happened. It was also that Peter Falconio, who'd been shot at close range by Bradley Murdoch, was not found and has not been found to this day. It was also that there was very quickly a great deal of suspicion that gathered around the personality of Joanne Lees. This suspicion would prove to be completely ill-founded, but it was something about her demeanour that really allowed it to carry on much longer than it ever should have, right up to the point of the trial 4 years later. Brad Murdoch is a big guy. He's a hulking guy. He stands around 6'6" in the old money. He is a sort of a wanderer, a former bikie, apparently kicked out of that gang. He'd been involved in some pretty nasty incidents in his past, including firing rifles at a group of Aboriginal people who were partying after a grand final in the Fitzroy River at the top of Western Australia. He was a menacing figure, and in fact he still is believed to be a menacing figure inside Darwin's Derrimut prison. He was a drug runner, shifting marijuana mainly from South Australia up to Broome, and he was taking a hell of a lot of amphetamines along the way. The suggestions that Murdoch might not be guilty are quite simply illogical. There was such overwhelming evidence against him. There was not only DNA evidence which was irrefutable, there was also the circumstance, the presence of him, and it was quite clearly him in the truck stop shortly after the event. But whenever there is not a body which can bring a matter whenever there is not a body which can bring a matter to its finality, there will always be questions about any person's innocence. Those questions in the case of Murdoch are not valid.